Yeah, it can't seem possible, yeah, when you go to these clubs. I mean, I was on the door, I've been on the door since I was 15 years of age. Do you know what I mean? And, you get some of these bouncers say they've had 3,000 fights and all that on the doors and all that. They could, no, that's a load of shit. Maybe 200 or 300 or, 300 or 400, but not thousands. People don't have thousands of fights. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like looking like fucking a pig, all the nose flat and everything. But I reckon we used to have fights nearly every week. Every week, 3 or 4 fights, and I don't think we've ever lost at Christmas when I was working at Lucky's. Never ever lost a fight. We've had proper people come in. We had some squaddies come in one day, 5 squaddies, and they was all right. When they first come in, they was sweet. They was sober, and they told us that they was this, they was that. You take it with a pinch of salt. Yes, mate. Yeah, nice one. Nice to go, mate. You can come in for nothing. You know what I mean? But and all of a sudden they get in there and they start to abuse girls, start to abuse women. You see it, you think, yeah, hold up, mate. The team-handed, 5-handed, think they can walk about, do whatever they strut around, do whatever they want to do, yeah? And I remember Dominic saying to me, watch them, they're aggro, right? They're aggro tonight, mate. And I thought, yeah, they are. So I got on my mate Billy. Me and Billy was together all the time, yeah? And I said, Bill, I think they're gonna kick off. And there was 4 of them, squaddies, fit, powerful. We got to get in there and do the business. So the more drinks they was having, the more I felt more confident. Do you know what I mean? It was getting a bit out of it. And when they have too much to drink, they're fucking falling over the gap, mate. They're so busy. And all of a sudden, I see one of them slap a bird, and that was it. That was it, mate. You steamed into this geezer. Then the others steamed into us. They didn't stand a chance. You get Dominic come over, you get Big Tomo come over. They didn't stand a chance, mate. You know what I mean? We battered them. Threw them out of Lucky's, mate, and said, mate, do yourself a favour. Go, wherever you're going, fuck off, you know what I mean? Don't come back here. You come back here, you're going to go back the same way, yeah? Your tail between your legs, now fuck off. I said, happy, mate. I should have loved that, Yeah, man, I always thought, when I was in acting, and I was always training, always running, always keeping myself fit, very, very strong. And I thought, yeah, mate, you can beat most people. You can't beat guns. You got to have a chance to beat a knife, you know what I mean? But guns you can't beat, So you always got to be aware of them guns. I've been shot, as I tell you about in a minute, yeah. But yeah, Lucky's. I never see really any guns at Lucky's. I see plenty of knives and machetes, but I never see no guns. We chucked out a lot of Indians one day. I don't know what it was, Sri Lankans, Pakistanis, or whatever they was, yeah. But they come in. They were a little bit onto women. They're a little bit pushy. Some of them are quite, good-looking guys. You know what I mean? And come in suave, proper suits. Thinking they're the business. Coming in around the girls, and the girls would come up and say, "Do us a favour, can get them to leave us alone." All they keep doing is coming over. Want to keep buying us drinks, we don't want it. We just want to be left alone. Tell them to go away. We're not into them people. Tell them to leave us alone. So then you go over there, me and Bill go and says, do yourself a favour, mate. Leave the girls alone. Leave them alone. Do you know what I mean? Try something else, mate. Try a couple of geezers over there. Don't leave them alone, yeah? And then they start, don't they? Start again, throwing drinks, and getting the bottles and throwing all the beer out the bottles at the girls. Throwing ice at us. It's funny when Bill was at the door. He's at the inside, but looking out, yeah. And a big ice cube hit him on the head. Yeah, I swear. The worst thing this geezer, this Indian guy, could ever have done was think, because Bill was only a little bit built like a brick shit house, yeah, that he think he could get away with it. Bill walked over to him, mate. He hit him so hard, he pushed him over the bar. Bang! He whacked him, pushed him over the bar, mate. And then the others started, and mate, me, Dominic, Tomo, you know, and Bill, we just completely bashed them up, yeah. And that was the only time I see Machetes come, because they come back with a little firm, you know. They come back with a little firm, and these people come in with big machetes and sort of things. But being on the door, people that work on the door know exactly how we are on the door. We had I had 2 weightlifting bars, yeah. The old weightlifting bar, not the kilo bar, the pound bar, yeah. I had that cut down to about 3 foot with rubber handle on it, mate. That was a weapon. Oh, that was better than any baseball bat, any pickaxe handle. That was best. That was iron bar, you know what I mean, with a rubber handle, mate. Me and Bill had that, and I swear, them machetes was no good, mate. We just smashed them with these things, mate. And then Bill, Bill's a bit of a nut, yeah, Bill. He walked out, they run round the corner, Bill ran round the corner with him, one of them bars. They just, you know, they was sitting, they got into the car, but they couldn't start it. And Bill done all the windscreen, the side screen, all the roof, bashed it up, man. Bashed it to, you know, smashed it up. And we never heard, honestly, we never heard one, not even a bit from them people. They let us right out. Lucky's, right? Next to Lucky's is a car park, right? And we used to get guys, coming in, yeah, thought, you know, put the cars in the car park, put the gear in the boot, you know, there's any problems come out or whatever, you know, not to us, but to the people in the club, you know. And when they're sort of like turning out, these people who run to the motor come back with baseball bat, pickaxe handles and all that, you know, thinking that they can do the exact same thing, but they can't. Them people are our people. The people in the car are our people, but they got to be taught a lesson. You can't start doing that, and then you can't start doing that because these people are never going to come again. You might not never come again after what we do. So the best thing to do is leave it. So Bill just walked up and said, "Do us a favour, mate. Do us a favour. Put him back in the car and go home, because all you're going to do is get hurt, right? And get hurt. Do us a favour and go home." And mate, you get a little Bill. I see. I see. There was, what was it? Just 3 guys that thought there was the business, yeah. And me and Bill having a fight out the front with his people, yeah. Proper fist fight, yeah. And they had no chance. They really had no chance, yeah. But one of the geezers kicked Bill up the groin. When it was all over, another guy from nowhere, one of their people, come up and kicked Bill in the groin. One thing Bill can do, yeah, he can run. And he gets pained up in nothing to him. This geezer will run towards the Uxbridge Road, right? And you see Bill set off like a ground. Bill, he smashed this geezer so bad, right? All we done, Bill, right? Bill's a bodybuilder, strong as an ox. He chucked the geezer over his shoulder and brought him back. And when you, from Lucky's to Uxbridge Road, it's up the hill, down the hill. And so he had to go up the hill, down the hill. He just had this geezer on his shoulder. And when he got to Lucky's, he threw him on the floor. And he said to these people, "Do us a favour, take him home." He said, "But before you take him home," well, Bill went bang, you know, just picked it up, bang. And I think Bill must have broke his nose, fractured his jaw, you know. Bill was proper. He'd know, Dominic know, I forget his second name, but Dominic would know who it is, yeah, Dominic McCoy. He's coming. Dominic McCoy is coming here soon, yeah? And so you're going to hear some of the stories about Lucky's. what we was like in Lucky's, mate. We was murder. And I know I'm going to do something at the other gaff, the venue, because I used to go Lucky's. I used to go from Lucky's to the venue, and then sometimes I'd do Crispins to Lucky's, and didn't go to the venue. I had about 4 or 5 jobs to do, honestly. Then I had Central Wine Bar by Churchill Road, and a big wine bar down there with Jefferson King. I had that running that as well. I had another pub down the road, the Red Lion. Yeah, I was working my bollocks off, but I was always getting like £50, £60 a night. Just showing my face, really. Go in there, walk about, show your face a bit. People see who you are. People know who you are. That's what I liked about Acton. You could work in any club or pub in Acton, and people knew who you are, yeah? And they knew if they call Zagro, well, they call Zagro, you come back another day. You come back another day. Yeah, bang, 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 nice one.